So if not supporting Asian business is considered racist, I haven't seen Asians in mass support Black American business. So what that means? So tell me, what does that mean? In the last 65 years, I haven't seen Black Americans working in Asian businesses. I haven't seen us Asians massive support in Black American business. And I definitely didn't see them in no damn soul food spots. So are you saying that they're racist? It sounds like you're telling on yourself. See, the problem is, again, I call it social unity, economic warfare. Socially, it's all love. You might be able to hang out, have fun, go to the bar, whatever. But economically and politically, it's been warfare for the last 65 years, and we're the last to catch up. See, the problem is, a lot of y'all are in our communities, right? Extracting out $1.9 to $2.6 trillion. So the moment we say, hold on, we're going to start doing our own group economics, that's economic devastation and destruction for you, and y'all know it. Y'all know it. This is why such a frantic, this is why such a panic, this is why it's being called racism, because all we're saying is that fine, we're going to do what y'all been doing for the last 55 years and doing group economics and keeping the same energy y'all been keeping, right? So the moment we keep the same energy, oh God, you guys are racist. Hold on. Why can't we have self-love? Why can't we do group economics? Why can't we do, y'all been boycotted us for the last 65 years. Y'all boycotted us for the last 65 years. So the moment we boycott back is a problem? That's interesting. Y'all tell me. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Love y'all. Peace a lot.
And this boycott is causing a lot of trouble, man, in the Asian community. They are reeling right now. They going through it. They're in their salons fighting each other. They're sending out tweets, trying to hold each other accountable, desperately trying to hold each other accountable. Now, I did a video last week where I said, when I was growing up, I never thought about this, right? But in Southwest Philly, there was an Asian store on every corner, whether it was a Chinese store or just a regular Korean corner store, right? I've never had any Asian friends. They never allowed their children to hang out with us. They didn't go to school with us, right? They went to school downtown. They didn't go to school with us. They didn't hang out with us. None of that. I never clapped no fortune cookie cheeks, right? Down in like in the hood, right? No, they wasn't around, but they was on every corner. They was in every hood on every corner, right? They wasn't around like that. You had to go downtown like to see them, or Chinatown, or go to different places if you wanted to see them, right? That's just what it was. So they was never a part of our community. They never wanted to be a part of our community. They wanted to be the model minority. That's what they wanted to be. Now they're having trouble.
God have mercy upon us. God have mercy upon us.
So they're having their own fights amongst each other, man. They're going through it, man. They are pissed. These Asians are pissed at. They pissed at Rick Child. They're pissed at the other Asian community for basically trying to be the model minority. Things is coming back to haunt them, right? They're talking about, now they're seeing things from our side, seeing things from our plight. They're saying that they don't like to be, it's not fair to be singled out, but they know that they singled us out. They know all the racism that they went through from the W society. They know what happened in their country and what the West did in their country through colonization. We've never done none of that. All we did was patronize your store and fund your American dream. That's all we have ever done, right? They know all these things. But yet and still, they still came here and thumbed their nose up at us, right? Because they was fighting real hard to be the model minority under the W's foot, right? That's what they wanted to be. Now they're online talking like this.
But I can't uplift if we don't address these problems that we have within ourselves and towards each other. Like, these types of Asian women, yeah, they're the Oxford study. I'm gonna say it. They're the Oxford study. They bring down Asian men, say that, oh, they're like our siblings. It's like dating our siblings, and say all these racist Asian men. And it pisses me off because I'm like, bro, this is why they hate us and stuff like that. And before you'll be like, Sage, I wonder. We are a laughingstock. We are a joke.
After that Asian man got away with murdering a black teenager, this other Asian man came on the internet and said that it's impossible for the black community to boycott Asian businesses. And let's just show them that nothing's impossible. Because from now on, I'm not buying anything Asian. If I know any business that it's Asian owned or Asian people will get benefit from it, I will not be buying from them. And I hope people make lists of businesses that are Asian owned so we can start boycotting them, because the disrespect to not only get away with murder, but to come on the internet and taunt the black community saying that it's impossible for them to boycott you. Yeah, we're not gonna tolerate that. Or as far as me, I'm joining in the boycotting. Like, I am not going to be buying nothing from Asian business. If I craving sushi, I'm gonna go to the Mexican restaurants who make Mexican sushi, and I'm gonna eat some Mexican sushi. But I'm no longer supporting Asian businesses. You guys suck. And you guys not only suck for like getting away with murder and joining in the white people for this systematic racist system, but you guys are dirtbags to even think that you can come on the internet and taunt black people like that. Like, how fucking dare you? And trust and believe, we will boycott you.
The responses I'm seeing to Rich House acquittal and the call to boycott racist Asian businesses really remind me that we are on, right? Like, a lot of us have obviously internalized the propaganda, not just of black criminality, but Asian victimhood and black criminality being intertwined. This black on Asian violence trope is nothing but a trope. It is a plot device of white supremacy to pit us against each other that is not actually grounded in how historically we have engaged with each other. And I'm seeing it be used by some Asian Americans on here as a way to center ourselves in this moment of reckoning with how the legal system really does not value black life. Like, this is not about us, except for how we can take responsibility for each other in our communities around anti-blackness. On top of that, I notice another response that we see all the time that is maybe not so loud, but just as insidious, and that is indifference, is disassociation, disengagement from racial politics altogether. Indifference is not neutral. Indifference is violent. Disassociating from racial politics and what's going on in this country will not save or protect us. It harms all of us.
So now you have Asians posting this. Yang Don said, even Asians have to deal with another Asian at the nail salon. If businesses are not working, is that a reason to fight? My fellow Asians, let's unite. So this is Asians. They, like I said, they in the salon fighting. They calling each other out because they're not united, right? When we talk about we want to delineate, we were the only ones with our arms open to everybody else. We were the only ones. We were the only ones fighting for everybody else. We was the only ones operating and moving to love on and help everybody else. Nobody else was trying to help us. Asians, Koreans, Chinese, Japanese, Vietnamese. They don't get along. No. The same way Jamaicans and Trinidadians don't get along, and Nigerians and Cameroonians and all these other groups. But they try to make it seem like when we wanted to separate and say, hey, we're going to do for self, all of a sudden we was a problem. Nah, man. Nah, I ain't jacking that. Nope. Y'all not. And we see now the Asians are going through it. And they just, man, listen, they are going at their people, man. Because of this boycott is forcing them to have to look at themselves in the mirror and know that they have to make change.
Whenever racism is brought up in the Asian American community, there seems to be this knee-jerk reaction to say, well, we're not racist, but we have a lot of racism perpetrated against us. And there's this immediate defensiveness to say, well, I've experienced so much racism in my life and you just don't understand it and you're trying to silence me right now. As if acknowledging that there is anti-blackness in the Asian community is somehow invalidating any discrimination or racism that individual Asian people have experienced in their life. I think there's two parts of this that are interesting to me. One is something I've talked about before, which is that a lot of people in the Asian community don't have the same awareness that, yes, we are people of color and that we do face racism and prejudice, but in very different ways than members of the Black community do. The second part of this is I wonder if some of this defensiveness is coming from the ways in which a lot of us were socialized and raised to not rock the boat, to be quiet, and to just kind of take whatever it is that's thrown at us. And now that we are adults and we have platforms and we can talk to cameras, a lot of us are really embracing that and really making up for lost time in terms of being able to talk about our experiences and the ways in which we face discrimination in the past. Unfortunately, a lot of people are using their voice not to stand in solidarity with other communities of color, but to say, I will not be silenced anymore, and I need to be listened to. You will not invalidate my experiences of prejudice or discrimination any longer. It is not incumbent upon the Black community to have grace for and teach that part of our community. If it's incumbent upon anybody, I think it's other members of the Asian community to say, hey, we all know what living as an Asian person in this country feels like. And it's not always easy and it's not always good. But the ways in which racism is perpetrated against members of the Black community is also very different than what we feel. And we just don't know what that's like. And that acknowledgement in no way undermines or threatens your understandings of the racism that you have faced. We can talk about how Rick Chow's acquittal was a manifestation of the racism in the criminal legal system, and that the Black community's outrage over it and what they're calling for is a normal and understandable reaction, while also acknowledging that yes, Asian people do face discrimination and racism too, and that our common goal should be to dismantle the white supremacy that is at the root of all of this.
But y'all gotta let me know what y'all think, man. What's y'all opinion on this? This is Asians now holding their own people accountable, going after their people, man. They calling them out, man. And you see the one when we talk about the model minority, you see that we wasn't lying. You see that we was telling the truth. This is that Asian woman saying that they want they an Oxford study. She's a W worshiper, right? They want the Pink Panther all through their cooch, right? They want to be connected to them. But at the same time, you got to thumb your nose up at us, but come to us to get our money, right? You got to look at us through the same stereotypical lens that the W man look at us historically in this country, right? This is what they've done. And this is why we're saying, hey, no, we ain't going to y'all stores no more. We good, man. We going to fall back, man. We going to figure this thing out. We going to do what we need to do. Because we open up our arms and we tried to love everybody and love on y'all as well, man. And y'all did nothing but give us y'all butt to kiss and disrespect us when y'all ain't had no reason to do that, man. Y'all chose to do that, right? When it comes to violence against your community, it ain't us. We know who it is. The data shows it, right? We funded your American dream. You told your children don't hang with us. That's what you told them, right? Everybody want the BBC and want to sleep with a black man, but out in the open like that is still taboo, right? That's why I tell you, man, stay with your people. Stay with your people. Stop going outside of your people, climbing the fence and running over there with them folks, man. Them folks don't like us. They don't like us. They want to monetize the BBC and make money off of it, but they don't like us, man. And that's fine, fair enough. I like black women anyway. I like my people. I like our food. I like our culture, our traditions, our customs. We don't need them anyway. All we need is each other. But y'all let me know what y'all think, man. If you made it this far in the video, hit that like button, subscribe to Street Media TV, leave your comments in the comment section. And remember, I love y'all. Till the next time, peace.